Nederland is een klein en overzichtelijk land.
The Netherlands is a small, well-organized country. It's also a democratic country, which means that all the inhabitants of Holland have a say in who governs the country. But how do you govern this country with 16 million inhabitants?
Here
at the Binnenhof in The Hague is the heart of Dutch democracy. Within these buildings is the seat of the government and parliament. The Dutch state is divided into three powers of government. There's the legislative power, that's the government and parliament. Together they make the laws. Then there's the executive power. The government is responsible for carrying out the law and parliament supervises this. The third is the judicial power. This is carried out by independent magistrates or judges who decide on how laws should be implemented. The Dutch Constitution is the foundation of Dutch society. The rights enjoyed by the Dutch are laid down in the Constitution. It also states that we have either a king or queen as head of state.
The king signs all acts of parliament and royal decrees, but is not responsible for government policy, over which he has no control.
The ministers and state secretaries are. Together they form the cabinet, and the minister-president is the chairman. The ministers are responsible for government policy. They often come from different political parties. This is an important characteristic of Dutch politics. Various parties work together in one government. These parties think differently about all sorts of matters, but they manage to work together because they respect each other's opinions.
An important moment, the three parties have agreed. We've got to make something of this, a cabinet with panache. It's based on real equality, not just sitting together.
The government is under Parliament's supervision.
Het parlement bestaat uit de Eerste en de Tweede Kamer.
Parliament consists of the first and second chambers. In the second chamber, there are 150 people's representatives. Every 4 years, they are voted in directly by all Dutch people of 18 years and older. Many different political parties, small and large, are represented in the second chamber or Tweede Kamer. There are 3 major political parties. There's the Liberal Party, which stands for personal and economic freedom. Then there's a party based on Christian principles, the Christian Democrats Party. And the third party is the Social Democrats. They believe that the state should stand up for vulnerable groups within society. These differences in opinion sometimes produce very heated debates.
Kunt u één voorbeeld noemen?
U zegt ik ga het onderzoeken, uitbreiden.
Het gaat mij er in geen delen om een bijzondere positie te creëren.
Als de Tweede Kamer het niet eens
is met wetsvoorstellen van de minister, If the second chamber doesn't agree with a bill tabled by a minister, it can alter the bill. It can also reject it altogether. But this can only be done if everyone agrees in a majority vote. After the second chamber, bills proceed to the first chamber. This has 75 members elected from the 12 Dutch provinces or provinciale staten, who then vote for or against.
Aan wie denken we als we onze wetten maken? Aan wie denken we als we onze begrotingen opstellen? Wie hebben we voor ogen als we ons onderwijs inrichten?
Niet alleen de regering wordt democratisch
It's
gekozen.
not only the government
Ook de
that's
provincies en de
elected
gemeentes zijn
democratically.
democratisch
Provincial and
georganiseerd.
local councils are also organized democratically.
Het bestuur bestaat uit
The
3
administration
lagen.
consists
De
of
eerste
3
laag is de
levels. The
Rijksoverheid in
first
Den
level
Haag.
is the central government in The Hague.
Het Rijk behandelt alle
Central
zaken van
government deals
nationaal
with all
belang.
matters
De
in the
zaken die
national
belangrijk zijn
interest.
voor het hele
That's
land.
matters of importance to the whole country.
Nederland heeft 12 provinciën. Dat is de tweede laag.
Holland has 12
en iedere provincie
provinces.
heeft zijn eigen bestuur.
This is the second level. And each province has its own administration.
De gemeenten
Local
vormen de
authorities
derde
are the
laag van de
third level in this democracy.
Dit is het gemeentehuis van Rotterdam.
This is the City Hall of Rotterdam. Burgemeester Opstelten, the mayor, is showing me the council chamber.
Burgemeester Opstelten,
Burgemeester Opstelten, what does democracy in the council mean?
Het is eigenlijk hier gebeurt dat.
Well, this is where it all happens. This is where the City of Rotterdam General Council meets. It has 45 members, and each elected directly by the people, along with myself, the mayor. And in turn, 7 councillors and I form the council board committee.
Over wat voor soort
Now,
onderwerpen
what sort of matters are decided here?
Waar wordt er
Oh, where are people going to live? Where are we going to build? The infrastructure, education, social services, and naturalization, of course, is very important. We've got 168 different nationalities living here. So it's of great importance for democracy that the council, the representation of the people, is a reflection of the population. Only then do you have real democracy.
Waar in Nederland ook
In
beslissingen
the
worden
Netherlands,
genomen,
wherever
of het nou in de
decisions are
Tweede
made,
Kamer is,
whether in the
of het
second chamber,
parlementaire
by the
bestuur,
government,
of de
provincial or
gemeenteraad,
local
of het
council,
bestuur van
or
de
by the
wijkraad,
so-called
het
neighborhood
gebeurt altijd
council,
democratisch.
they are made democratically.
De democratische staatsvorm
Democratic
is
form
vastgelegd
of
in de
government
grondwet.
is laid down in the
Artikel 1
Constitution.
is een van de belangrijkste
Article 1
artikelen
is
van
one of
die
the most
grondwet.
important articles
Hier
in
staat
it.
geschreven.
It says here,
Allen die zich in
all
Nederland
people located in the
bevinden, worden in
Netherlands
gelijke
shall in
gevallen
equal
gelijk
cases be
behandeld.
treated equally.
Discrimination on the grounds of religion,
Personal conviction, political preference, race, gender, or grounds of whatever description.
is prohibited.
Maar wat betekent
But
nou
what does
deze
this
tekst?
text mean?
We hebben een democratie.
We've got a
Dat betekent
democracy,
dat,
and that
iedereen
means
mee
that
mag en
everyone
iedereen meetelt.
counts.
Dat betekent dus alles.
That means
Als ik aan
everything.
Nederland denk, denk
If
ik ook
I
aan
think of
artikel
Holland,
1.
I think of
De
Article
vrijheid
1
en de ruimte
and
die
the
je
freedom
krijgt
and
om
space you get
jezelf
to
te
be
zijn,
yourself, to
om je
think,
eigen denken,
feel,
voelen en
act
handelen,
and express yourself
te
in your
kunnen
own
uiten.
way.
Dat is een bepaalde vrijheid.
But this
die
freedom
ook
has
zijn
its
grenzen
limitations.
kent en die verwacht van iedereen
It
die meegaat
demands that
en
everyone
meetelt,
who counts
dat hij
and has a
zichzelf ook
voice
beperkingen
respects these
oplegt.
limits.
En die beperkingen
And
zijn in feite dat
the
je
limitations
rekening
are in fact
met
that
al die
you
andere
take into
mensen die
account
jou
all the other
in
people
jouw
living in the
samenleving
society along with you.
Ik ben zo opgevoed dat jij respect voor iedereen hebt.
I was brought up to have respect for
En
other
maakt
people,
niet uit, wat
no
voor
matter
ras,
what
wat
race,
van kleur,
color,
wat van
or sex
geslacht
they
je
are.
bent.
The most
Het
important
belangrijkste is
thing
wat voor
is
mens
what
je
sort of
bent
person you are,
en dat jij
whether you do
je
your
werk goed
work
doet.
well.
Dat is
That's
voor
what's
mij
important to
belangrijk.
me.
Dus als je van binnen jezelf
If
respecteert,
you respect yourself inside, you know, you value the different aspects of yourself equally. And if you look at me like that, well then, you're going to see me as an equal.
Dat we elkaar in waarde laten.
Accepting people as they are,
Dat
that's
is in
important.
feite
That is, in fact,
proberen
not
om
just trying to
niet
shape
alleen
a
aan
democracy,
invulling te geven,
but
maar ook aan
it's
beschaving
shaping a
invulling te
civilization.
Want daar hebben wij als land,
It's
Nederland,
taken us as a country,
500
the
jaar
Netherlands,
of niet
500
meer
years,
over
if it's
gedaan.
not more,
En,
to
ik
get
zal
this
er in ieder
far.
geval voor willen pleiten om dat
And
nog
I'd like to
heel
put in a
lang
plea
zo
to
te
keep it
houden.
like this for a very long time.
Iedereen in Nederland heeft dus gelijke
So everyone
rechten.
in Holland has equal rights. Women have the same rights as men. Women and men are equal. They each make their own choices, and both are allowed to express their own opinions. Women and men have the right to live with or marry the partner of their own choice. Homosexual couples can also get married. The Constitution states that the Church and the state are separate. So there is no state religion. There is freedom of religion. This means that everyone in Holland has the right to practice his or her own religion, which means everyone needs to have respect for all the other religions. Radio and television broadcasters are also free to show what they want to the public. Watching the discussion programs on TV can be a good basis for learning to form your own opinions.
Maar het is in dit land zo, heel eenvoudig, dat u een onbeperkte vrijheid van meningsuiting heeft, totdat iemand naar de rechter gaat en de rechter zegt achteraf dat het niet kan. Mevrouw Kuiper.
Je hebt in Nederland alle mogelijkheden om
There is
actief
every opportunity in the Netherlands to be an active citizen and to speak your own mind.
Maar er zijn ook grenzen.
There's a lot of freedom, but there are limits to this freedom. The Constitution states that men and women are equal, so it's against the law and punishable to discriminate against women. It's against the law to discriminate against either men or women because they're homosexual. And if you discriminate against a man or woman because they have another religion, that too is punishable according to the Dutch Constitution. Dutch law is also strict when it comes to
woman victim and honor killing.
A man beats a woman because, according to him, she has behaved like a whore. She flees, but he finds her and kills her. Honor killing, he says. Murder, says the Dutch judge.
Man convicted of wife's murder.
Outside an entertainment center, people are being searched. The police find 19 weapons.
Weapons banned.
Possession of arms without a valid permit is prohibited in Holland, a punishable offense. A girl's clitoris and labia have been partially removed and then sewn together. Female circumcision, say the Proud family. Deliberate mutilation, says the Dutch Penal Code. Punishable by law.
Mutilated by circumcision.
A woman reports her husband to the police because he beats her at home. That's private, he says. That's abuse, says the police. Proof of abuse shows he is guilty, so punishable by law.
Jail term for domestic abuse.
De wet kan niet voorkomen dat er strafbare
The law
feiten in
can't prevent
Nederland worden
punishable offenses from being committed in the Netherlands.
gepleegd en het recht
But
om
as
daar
a
iets tegen te
citizen, you have the duty and the right to do something about it.